It is possible. I am telling you right now, if you are ever doubting yourself, if you feel like you are not good enough to chase your dreams and go after what is truly for you, I'm telling you right now, it is possible. I am living proof. It is possible. Everything and anything is possible as long as you align your passions with your purpose. I'm telling you, I just had the most eye-opening experience in my entire 160 days. Not only was I prepared to sell and had everything ready, from my product to what I was gonna say to who I was actually approaching, but I was able to gain so much insight from the people who are working in the mall at kiosks right now. Yo, I met two people. One was a jewelry store owner and one was a clothing brand. They were dogs. When I tell you they work off 100% commission, they are sales animals. Let me tell you about this first dude that I met. I didn't even get his name. I got his number, so I'm gonna hit him and I'm gonna add his name on the screen. And if I have his Instagram, I'll add that too. But this kid, right? Immediately, I walked towards his direction. I was gonna talk to him about the mascot team, about MUEL, and he already got straight to it. He started walking me around the booth. He has a jewelry kiosk, right? He started asking me, am I a silver or a gold person? He was asking hypothetical questions, asking, if I were to get something today, how much would I be looking to spend, right? If I were to do this, how much this, right? If I were to get something, would it be a necklace? Would it be a ring? And he was guiding me so well. And I was trying to stay in character and try to act like I didn't know what was going on, or act like, because I wanted to hear more about his pitch and I wanted to see how far we can get along before I, finally told him like, hey, I also have a clothing brand too. Let me show you this too. But he was taking me along the whole sales path. He had the chains on me. He's putting it on my neck. He's taking it off. He's putting more on. He's telling me to look in the mirror. I'm like, yo, this kid is good. I want him to work for me at my kiosk. So the whole time, I finally couldn't hold it anymore. I was like, bro, you're good. Like, yo, you are good, bro. I want you to come work for me. And I started telling him about MUEL, about what we have to offer and what we provide for the people that belong to our community. And we went along and we were talking for so long. I was asking him about his basketball career, his dreams, his aspiration, how he got into this jewelry kiosk business and the mall business. And he gave me so much game that I cannot wait to pass along to you guys throughout the rest of this week. I'm gonna be giving you guys tips about getting in the mall and how these sales people and these sales tactics that they use to get you guys to want what they have, even though you didn't even intend on going to the mall and getting a watch or getting a ring or getting a necklace. They are literally hurting you. And I want to show you how you can do it too and implement it into your clothing brand. If you're going the kiosk route or whatever you're trying to sell, if you're going to e-commerce, I want to give you guys tips on sales and pass along the game that they gave to me. And then the second person that I met was this woman. She was a Jamaican woman. She was a employee of a clothing brand that her brother operated. Little did I know, when I was talking to this lady, I went there to ask about how much the kiosk costs. And that is something that I'm going to come back to this mall and do. I should go back in there right now, but my phone was dead. I wanted to update you guys on where I was at. And I'll tell you at the end of the video how much I actually sold. So I went in there, right? And I started asking her questions. I let her take me through her path. The first thing she says to me, you support small businesses, right? You support small black-owned businesses, right? I'm like, yeah, of course. Boom, got me. Hooked me. Then she started showing me around. Hey, you like this? Feel this material. This is Egyptian cotton. It was some thick screen printed tee. Hey, feel this hoodie. Feel how thick it is. She was putting it in my hands. She was telling me about the features. Look, we have our own tags. She didn't even tell me a price. She was so good, right? She was waiting and edging me along, right? Showing me all these different products. As soon as she showed me the first tee, I asked about the price to see, what she would do from there. But she didn't tell me. She kept bringing me along, right? She said, look, we have these hats. Look at the back. This is a snapback and it has this type of back on it. Look at these beanies. We have these beanies, right? This is the colors that we have. Brought me along. We also have this cream color of the other shirt that I was interested in. And I went over there because the first person that I spoke to, the young man who was working at the jewelry kiosk, he sent me over there to see their demo, right? And these things are called a sales demo. They take you through their process. He sent me over there to observe and obviously play the part and see what she would say, see how she does things, and see what her pricing is, because I asked him about how much the kiosks were. And he was like, wait, go see with her. Ask her how much it is. I was like, bet. Went right over there. So then fast forward, we're at the end of the process. Someone else comes by who she's been hounding for, I don't know how long she's been hounding this guy, but he was literally physically, you can see it on his face that he's like, oh my God, like you again. Like, she was not letting up. She was on this nigga, bro. She's like, I see you here all the time. Come on, at least get some socks. She was not letting him leave without one product. She said, you gonna get these socks, without saying, you gonna get these socks. She was on his body. She said, call your brother and see if he would like something. If you want this $100 50 or $150 hoodie, call him. And he was like, all right, if I call him and he says, no, I'm not getting anything, guess what he left with? He left with some motherfucking socks. She was elite. I wrote my name, number down and told her, hey, I'm opening up a kiosk too. I want you to work for me. She said, she was kind of busy and she had a bunch of kiosks, or they had a bunch of, hours that she was working. It was 100% commission, but I still wrote my name and number down, and I hope that she reaches out. If not, I'm going to see her again in the mall, and I'm going to keep hounding her for her to come work for me, because she was so elite. And the way that she did not let me leave, and the way that she kept me there, the way she kept asking me to get the socks. Obviously, I didn't get anything because I know, like, I'm out here selling too. I'm out here hustling. How am I going to get my money away? But whole time I'm trying to get her to sign on board with me, she's trying to get me to buy these socks. Until the moment that I walked away, she was still trying to get me to buy these socks, these $20 socks that are probably not even $1 to make. She was cooking. And I know they're doing so well because of how much they are charging and how many kiosks they actually have. When I go back to talk to the other dude about the session that I just had, the sales fucking consultation that I just had, he tells me that the clothing brand has kiosks in almost every single mall across Long Island, even in New York City and New Jersey. And that is where I'm going. And if you guys want to be a part of this journey with me and see how many kiosks we get, you should subscribe right now, because I'm going to give you all the game that they gave me, all the game from the higher ups that I've learned. I'm going to give it directly to you, and you're going to see the living proof of me going from zero to infinity, to way past $100,000 in sales a month. They're in there selling tees, actually selling them. The tees that I have for $45 a piece. Dumb shits don't cost nothing but $5. They're in there selling them for $45 a piece with one logo on the pocket. They are cooking. Now, don't get me wrong. I found out that these kiosks are not cheap, especially in a mall like Roosevelt Field Mall that has a lot of traffic. But if you are doing it right, you have a nice product, you have a winning product, the sky's the limit, because their product is no different from the product that you probably have and no different from the product that I have. What they have are great salespeople who are willing to go above and beyond to get the sale and to make sure you leave with something, right? The one thing that I did not see them do was collect data. The one thing that I did not see the jewelry store owner, the young man, 18 years old, he is a partner, has two jewelry kiosks in one mall. He bought into the business for over $20,000. He's a partial owner and makes a lot of money, 100% commission. He told me that he does not collect data. And that's where we win. They may be in this mall and they might have been cooking for years, but they're not collecting any data. I think they're going 100% and focusing on the mall aspect of things and not really trying to transition over to online. So that's where we're going to win. We're going to win the data game. And now that I see all of the money that I put into my education has actually paid off, because they didn't explain this, right? They didn't tell me why they were doing what they were doing. I guess it was more of a test to see how, I'm not going to predict, but from my perspective, what I will say is I believe in my eyes that it was a test to see if you are really interested in starting a clothing brand, and if you really love this game and are willing to put your all into it. Because when I go to teach you guys, I'm going to tell you why, right? They didn't tell me why. They just said, do this, and you'll be good, right? Do this and you'll be successful. Now I see why they told me to collect data is so important, because most of these people out here are not truly doing it, right? And they're not doing it at a high level. Even though they're making sales and they have 10 plus kiosks, it seems like they're not collecting this data, at least from that one experience that I have when I saw them interact with that one person, that they weren't collecting these phone numbers and these emails. And now I see how important it is, because not only will you be able to beat them in the data game and be able to make sales online, but also you'll have more repeat customers and you'll be able to actually pass them in the long run. It may seem like right now that, they're cooking us because I'm out here selling in the backpack and they're selling the kiosk. But what I did today was I collected the people that I talked to and that I sold to, and I'm going to tell you guys how much I sold right after this. I collected their phone numbers too. I didn't get their emails, but I'll run a campaign somehow, some way. I will get those emails from them, but I have their phone numbers and they're in my database. And so over time, I continue to make sales and collect data, and I'll be able to pass all these clothing brands on Long Island, all these brands that already have established kiosks. And it's not even about passing them. It's just about, it is about passing them, because as you guys know, business is competition, but I'll leave it at that. I'm only competing with myself. But the basis of business is competition. So I am looking at them as not direct competition, but I'm looking at them as a business that I would like to not only be just like, but be better than, right? And that's how you should look at me too. And that's how you should look at these other brands. Don't directly compete with them and these brands that are way out of your league right now or making so much more money than you. Just compete with yourself. And at the end of the day, know that you are working towards getting to their level and passing them. And it has nothing to do with them. It has everything to do with yourself and how you want to progress in your business. But the thing and the moment that you've been waiting for, I sold 3 tees for $60, right? And that may seem insignificant, right? But 160 days ago, I would not have been able to do that. I would not have been able to approach people. I would not have been able to come to this mall and record and make sales and collect data. I would not have been able to do any of that, because I was not the person that I needed to be. And I was scared and I was fearful. If you are a very small brand just starting, that may seem like amazing to you. If you are a bigger brand watching this, that may seem like, he's getting going. But that just gave me so much more energy and motivation to get after it every single day. And to come to the mall at 5 o'clock on a Wednesday and be able to make sales tells me that I need to be in this mall every single day at some point, and I need to be out here selling. If at this rate, and I was only there for maybe 2 hours, and most of the time I was actually soaking up information from other kiosk owners. If I go in there, right, I sold $60, 3 shirts for $60 in about 2 hours, and I was having long conversations with these people. So if I cut down the fluff, keep getting people back on track for the sale, I can sell just by walking around on an average weekday night. I could get busy. I could sell the 44 shirts that I have. I might be able to sell that in 2 days. Because think about it like this. I sold 3 shirts, and the amount of time that I was actually working was probably less than 2 hours, right? So we'll say 1.5 shirts an hour. And I was yapping. You know I like to talk. So let's say I come to the mall, right, for 8 hours. So 1.5 shirts an hour. At this rate where I was yapping, let's say if I don't yap, I'll probably sell 2. Scary, right? You do the numbers. What's that? 8, that's 16 shirts, right? 16 times a minimum of $20, right? In 3 or 4 days, I can have all my product gone and I can be reinvesting into more. So make sure you guys win from within today. I'm super excited to come back to this mall tomorrow. I want to get home and I want to charge my phone up. The reason why I had left and the reason why I should still be in there right now is because I don't have a portable charger, and that is an excuse. I should go back into that mall right now and get busy, but I'm bullshitting, and I'm going to call myself out on it right now. Andre, you are bullshitting. You need to go back in that mall right now and continue to make sales and let your phone charge and be able to take payment through Apple Pay on your phone. I feel like the one thing that I have to get over next is not being complacent and staying hungry, right? Staying hungry for the next sale. When I eat, I get full quick, right? I come here, I make a couple sales, I get full. I'm like, I'm chilling, I'm good. Like, nigga, I just ate. Nah, man. I gotta take a shit and keep eating. But make sure you guys win from within today. If you guys want more content like this, you will definitely be getting it, because I will be in this mall every single night making sales and recording the process and showing you guys how to sell in person and the journey of me scaling this clothing brand from just an idea to a multi-million dollar company. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you win from within. Said that 3 times. I appreciate you. Go after your goals. It is possible.